Shout out to Underdog Network, KNIGHK in the building. I had to do a reaction on this video. But it's about the brother Rayful Edmonds coming home. You know, it's I don't want to say it's about time these people start giving people a second chance. I don't know how many people, and I'm gonna take it back to what Wack 100 said when he was talking about belling out KPD. He said some real shit. He said some real shit. He said, yo, listen, I'm gonna bail him out. If any one of y'all wanna do anything to him, y'all, this should be y'all opportunity to do it. But other than that, get a brother another chance to come home. You probably can't correct some of them rights, but you probably can collect some of them rights. You know what I mean? You can't do wrong right. You can't do right wrong. But at the end of the day, get a brother a second chance like they saying. Give him a second chance and let's see what he doing, man. I just want to go to this news story, and this is irrelevant right now, but this is what everybody's talking about. This is the person that the people are talking about. I don't know him personally, but you know, like I say, man, this is the person they talking about.
Big news today. Startling news for some. The notorious one-time cocaine kingpin of D.C., Rayful Edmond, has been released from a federal prison. Edmond served more than 3 decades of a life sentence, his crimes helping to inspire our City Under Siege coverage in the 1980s. But Edmond has also worked as a government informant, leading in part to his early release. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live in Northeast D.C. with all the details. Bob?
Now, let me just tell you this. You know, when you dealing with crime on that level, you can't think about some petty shit that you got yourself into, or you can't think about, but I mean, the pettiest shit to anybody else, but if it happened to you, you can look at this shit as the fucking end of the world. You can be like, man, hold on, whoa, I ain't with this shit. Or you sit down in that penitentiary, still not with this shit, you not with this shit. A lot of people might say, well, okay, this brother here, he been in jail 3 decades. 3 decades he been in jail. But they say, well, this guy, he ratted on his comrades. He did whatever he did, what was unthinkable or whatever, what I'm trying to tell y'all is irrelevant in the game. In the game you sign up for, you know the name of the game is win by all costs. No matter what the fucking reason or how you win, you gonna win. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, I'm not looking at a cheat sheet. I'm just saying, man, that's just part of the fucking game that people sign up for without even knowing they signing up for it. You can't say what he did or because you lost. You lost. You can't say what he did was wrong. That's all I'm saying, man. That's just part of the game. So I understand 3 decades or whatever that is, and whoever try to come get him, whatever, man. Or they let the brother live his life, man, and sit out here and enjoy some of these good spoils that everybody else been enjoying. Cause they doing the same shit.
Hey there, Shamari. Rayful Edmonds' base of operations was in this Northeast D.C. neighborhood around 4th and M Street. The Federal Bureau of Prisons today says that Rayful Edmond was released from custody yesterday and transferred to a halfway house. They're not saying where, but the Bureau's Nashville, Tennessee office is now in charge of his case. You're about to hear from a longtime D.C. activist who says he's known Rayful Edmonds for years, and he spoke to him yesterday.
He told me he's going to a halfway house. You know, he didn't say where, but he said he'd get back with me.
I'm back better than ever.
This is video that's been circulating on social media today, purported to be the now 59-year-old Rayful Edmond in an airport, just having been released from prison.
When I spoke to him, he was in the airport. You know?
Y'all just seen the brother, you know what I mean? 3 decades of his life went away, you know, gone, never could get back, dealing with that cocaine era. When they was giving crack, when they gave them the crack. They gave them the crack. you not on this level. They gave him the cocaine. They cooked it to whatever they wanted to say it, ever it was. All I'm trying to say, cocaine, whatever drugs that you could see any black man possess came from somebody else. Cause we don't make drugs. We need the people that's making drugs. And that's not an excuse for somebody that's selling the drugs. I'm just trying to say that when you on that level in the game, you getting the drugs directly from the people that you getting the drugs from, there's all type of promises being made. There's all type of roadblocks in the way, far as the police ain't gonna stop this car, but they'll stop that car. They always been selling out the little guys. Always. That's what that game is there for, and to have the other people cracked out, smoked out, drugged out. So when they say, well, okay, he participated in this type of lifestyle, but you got to look at the circumstances that he was coming from, and then look at some of these kids today and see their circumstances, and then you can understand. That way we can get to the root of the problem. Because see, this stuff is still going on. We ain't so much focused on him no more, but he can come home and tell you, yo man, I just did fucking 3 decades in jail behind some of the bad choices he made. At the time, they was all good choices. You know, being a young man like that, and a lot of y'all are young men now too. A lot of them don't make it to be of age to where they could say, you know, they made the wrong choices. So it just goes to say, man, they locked Larry Hoover up when Larry Hoover was probably like, I don't know how old he was. I ain't going on the internet or nothing. I'm not gonna look that up, but I might do a story on Larry Hoover. But his age when they locked him up, I'm thinking he was young. He was real young when they locked him up. Not saying real young like a teenager, but he was in it, or he probably was a teenager. 19, 20, 21, 22, under 25, Larry Hoover was in jail. Under 25, Tupac was killed. Under 25, Biggie Smalls was killed. All of these leaders and so-called leaders that we have now today, you seeing one that's being able to walk out of the system of some people that don't want to see him free. They don't want to see him free, but they the ones that caused him to be where he was at.
You know, get ready to get on another plane.
We spoke to Tyrone Parker today. He's a founding member of a D.C.-based organization called Alliance of Concerned Men and has known Rayful Edmond for years, since he became a federal prisoner.
He's doing well. He's happy, as you can almost imagine. It's a miracle that he's home.
Rayful Edmond was arrested at age 24, sentenced in federal court in 1990
24 years
to life
old,
in prison
under 25.
for basically introducing crack cocaine to D.C., helping the city earn the title
Now,
the murder capital of the U.S. in the 1980s, convicted of running a criminal enterprise of about 150 people,
Come on, man.
raking in $300 million a year, responsible for the murders of at least 30 people. Speaking to Fox 5 in prison
you can never
shortly
get them
after his
lives
conviction.
back, man.
From what I've been reading in the newspapers and
You
the
can
news,
never get
Washington,
them
D.C.
lives
is
back
worse
to them people.
than it was when we was out on the street, so how could it be us?
But Edmond received another 30-year sentence for dealing massive amounts of drugs from his Pennsylvania prison cell. Now, many years later, his petition to be released from prison early has been granted. Jason Downs has been Edmond's attorney.
Now, you know, you got a lot of brothers coming home and they telling you about how they been dealing drugs in prison. They was dealing drugs in the street. They go to prison. They dealing drugs in prison because the COs, the warden, every motherfucker in that facility know you get money. They know them gonna be some dope fiends. They gonna you know, let you do your thing. Shit, hey man, and it's just like the streets. You got your crew of motherfuckers holding your shit down in the street. You got your crew of motherfuckers in jail holding your shit down in jail. It's the same way. But to get that shit in there, you know somebody's involved. To get that shit in the country, you know somebody's involved. So let's not look at these scapegoats. And these guys is being happy for being scapegoats. We can't be scapegoats no more. We not the scapegoat no more. No, we not the scapegoat. So ain't no reason for you to think we the scapegoat for guys like the ones that were supplying him, the ones that were supplying them, the ones that supplying them, or the ones that just make it. We not the scapegoat no more. But let's get back to this brother, man. Shout out to Rayful Edmond, man. Hey, man, come home, man. Do something positive with yourself right now. I'm telling you, getting a second chance to be out here in a world that you didn't even know existed no more. You know what I mean? They had you gone that long. And that's just what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You got to call it like you see it, man. I'm just going to tell you, you got to call it like you see it. And no matter what this lawyer say, shit, man, you need people like that on your team when you dealing in the justice system. Because that's part of justice. You a slave, man. You a slave.
For the past 7 years.
He feels that he has served, and we believe that Mr. Edmond has served and paid his debt to society.
Let's give the man a chance. Yeah, he did some terrible things occur that he was a part of. But we talking about 33 years ago.
Mr. Parker says Edmond seems remorseful and told him he wants to now give back to the community.
Bob, I'm looking to take help from anybody that I would think that could help to stop the killing. I cannot afford to have select.
Now, this brother coming home could be one of those resources that a lot of y'all youngins, y'all looked up to him. Yeah. This is somebody y'all looked up to in D.C. In D.C., a lot of people looked up to him. A lot of people was helped by him. A lot of people, you know, it's part of the game. That's part of the game. When you choose the game, that's part of the game. Everything. I mean, the telling, the killing, the drug dealing, the prostitution, rapes, murders, everything is part of the game. So when you sign up for that, when you sign up for them streets, and somebody tell you, yo, listen, you know, all our mothers or fathers, and we ain't had mothers, fathers, we had grandmothers, grandfathers. If we ain't had grandmothers, grandfathers, we had people that adopted us, and you got adopted parents, and you got living in group home parents, you got somebody told you. If when you choose them streets, if they didn't tell you what I just told you, they unprepared you for what you see when you see brothers like this coming home, and people like, yo, he ratted, how could he come home? How could he do this? How could this? And how could that? How could that? That's all part of the game. That's part of the game that y'all signing up for right now. That's like if somebody told you the rules to the game, you know they ain't never been a part of the game, because you know ain't no rules to war. Ain't no rules to how you win. If it was two people on this planet and only one of y'all could survive, who you rooting for? Who you rooting for? If it's 1 billion people on the planet and only somebody can survive, who you rooting for? Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Y'all can do all that bullshit y'all want to. Y'all can look at all the paperwork y'all want to, and y'all could unfocus yourself on a real agenda for yourself, and then you'll get lost. You lost, man. A lot of y'all dudes lost. Y'all lost, man. Y'all complaining about a winner, man. The dude doesn't even beat the system. He home. He home. They talking about over 30 murders, and he home. He sold over this many amount of drugs. He home. Man, y'all gotta celebrate sometimes, bro. You gotta celebrate that, man. You can't look at that as some light work. That ain't light work right there, man. Half of you niggas ain't gonna never be on that level anyway. So you ain't gotta worry about the feds investigating you. You ain't gotta worry about somebody telling on you. You ain't got to worry about somebody trying to kill you. You ain't got to worry about all that. Your biggest worry is hating on the next motherfucker, man. Hey, man, time out. Outliving Nation. We in the building. I told y'all. We here now, y'all.
Like the morality. He's done his 33 years, and he deserves a second chance. And if he can help to save one person, that's good enough for me.
Now, there are many other people who are not happy with today's development. Some of them, frankly, didn't want to go on camera and talk to us. Rayful Edmond was, for a long time, a government informant, and his information helped to put other drug dealers here in D.C. behind bars. And yet, guys, when he left prison, he did not do so under an assumed name or in the witness protection.
Outliving Nation, man, I'm just going to tell y'all like this, man. Unless you want to be judged by a Judge Cuffy, you want to be put on trial by a Miss Hilton, a Miss Love, you want to be a part of what you seeing them doing to the YSL gang and a whole bunch of other gangs out there, too many for me to name. But if you want to be a part of that, all you got to do is sign up for it. So when you go outside tomorrow, hey man, look around you.